Hello, welcome to the teacher channel, and thank you so much for visiting this channel. The teacher channel is a platform, is a place where we talk about life and how to maintain life. So we talk about life, we also talk about emergency that goes with life, and more importantly, what to do should there be emergency. Of course, emergency can happen any day, any time. So getting us ready through knowledge is the objective of this channel. We need to be ready. We need to be equipped. So you are welcome. And as always, I am excited whenever I talk about life, whenever I talk about maintenance of life. And today, I have a big topic. Big in the sense because we are talking about a big organ. We're talking about a critical organ. You can see the topic right there, the heart. But before I continue, I am going to ask you to subscribe. Okay, if you have not done so, if you have subscribed already, you can share, you can like our this video. But if you have not, please hit that subscribe button. You can also, turn on the notification bell. Turn it on so that when I upload another video, which is actually in the pipeline, another one is coming soon, you're going to get notified. So I am talking about the heart, and this topic is for everybody. It is not designed with any group of people in mind. This presentation is not for any particular professional or profession. So this is for anybody, young, old, school people, those who are working, those who are not working, those who are looking for a job. Everybody needs to know about the heart. So I am talking about the heart, and I want to start, and I want you to come along with me. Please continue watching. The objectives. This video tutorial highlights some important things we need to know about the heart. Of course, I'm just trying to highlight some, not all. The heart, I can't exhaust this, this subject, because the heart is a big one. Of course, I'm not going to go deep. Okay, I'm not going to look at it from or go so deep into the anatomy of the heart, or the pathophysiology of the heart, or the etiological issues about the heart. I am just going to limit what to say to basics, some of the important things we need to know about the heart, as well as what to do during cardiac arrest. Okay, when there is cardiac arrest, what to do. These are the objectives of this present presentation. The background, the heart. The heart is one of the busiest organs of the body, one of them, if not the busiest. So the heart is very busy. Why? On the average, it beats about 100,000 times daily. Wow! 100,000 times daily. I'm not talking about monthly, I'm not talking about weekly, I'm not talking about annually, a day. So that is why the heart is very, very busy, one of the busiest organs, because it beats about 100 2,000 times daily. It pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood daily. 2,000 gallons around the body daily. This heart, the heart we're talking about, your heart, my heart, pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood daily. It is one of the vital organs of the body, one of them, the pillar, one of the indispensable, irreplaceable organ of the body. The heart is one of the pillars of the body. It does a lot. It does a lot. So, for all this, for all that have been said, of course, there are a lot that I have not even said. But for the little I've said so far, you now agree with me that the heart deserves to be properly cared for. Okay? So for some of us who don't care so much about our heart, or who even give additional burden to the heart, you can see the reason why you should have a rethink. Why should you have a rethink? Because this organ must be properly cared for. We're going to see how. So you can see the diagram, and the credit goes to this source. Okay, so this beautiful, colorful diagram is actually taken from this source. Okay, you can see the heart in a nutshell. In a nutshell, there are 4 chambers. Okay, the right atrium, you can see the right atrium there. The right ventricle, yes, you can see the right ventricle right there. The left atrium here, okay, and then the left ventricle, the most muscular part or chamber of the heart. So the heart is sandwiched by the lungs in the middle of the chest. You can see again, credit goes to this. All right. So you can see that. You can see the heart is flanked on the left and on the right. Okay. So the left lung here, the right lung here, and then this is the upper part. Okay, upper part toward the neck, and you can see the heart hidden here. Hidden because this organ is very important. It deserves to be, hidden. So this is where it is. Okay. What is the functions of the heart? So it pumps blood to the body's organs, tissues, and cells via the network of arteries and veins, and we call them cardiovascular system. So cardiovascular system is the network of arteries and veins. So the heart, the primary function of the heart is to pump blood. Pump blood to the body's organs, tissues, and cells. Oxygen and nutrients are distributed to the body cells through the blood. So blood is the vehicle that conveys, oxygen and nutrient must be distributed through the vehicle of the blood. Okay? Carbon dioxide and other waste products are removed through blood. But remember that movement, the blood keeps on moving. What pumps that blood? What makes the blood to be in motion, to be flowing all the time? The heart. So without the heart, if the heart ceases to work, everything will stand still. There will be standstill. The blood will not move. And if the blood does not move, oxygen and other nutrients will not reach the cells of the body, and carbon dioxide and other waste product will not be removed. And of course, you know what that means. That is critical condition, deadly. Yes, this is how the heart, how it works. You can see the animation there. Again, credit to this source. So you can see constantly, even when we are sleeping, the heart is working. When we are up, the heart is working. When we are sitting, the heart is working. The heart can never stop working. It beats from morning to night, from night to morning, from year to year, from month to month. The heart is beating non-stop. Can't even blink. The heart is on the go all the time. Okay, let's see. So the right atrium, which is here, what was the work of the right atrium? It receives, okay, this chamber receives the oxygenated, which means the blood has little or no oxygen in it. So it comes, so this blood without oxygen or with little oxygen flows back to the heart through the right atrium, okay, and of course via the superior vena cava and then the inferior from the legs and the lower part of the body, so they come back to the heart through the right atrium. Right ventricle, so what's the work of this? Okay, the blood from the right atrium flows to the right ventricle. Okay, it has to do that through this valve called the tricuspid valve. Okay, blood flows, and then this blood moves to the lungs. So remember that the blood on this section of the heart has little or no oxygen. So it has to go pick oxygen. So that oxygen is deposited in the lungs. So that blood goes to the lungs and then pick oxygen and then returns to the heart through the left atrium, and then okay, so the left atrium receive oxygenated blood from the lungs and moves it to the left ventricle via the mitral valve. Okay, so that is the valve. You can see that valve opening and blood flowing, and this happens every time. So then what was the work of the left ventricle? Left ventricle, that big muscular section, part, chamber of the heart, what does it do? This is the one that pumps the oxygenated blood to the aorta and the entire body through the aorta valve. So this left ventricle does that, the hardest job of pumping systemically, pumping to all over the body. So so that's this happens without us knowing. Involuntarily it happens. Okay, that is the basic function of the heart. So I want to talk briefly about cardiac arrest. And what is cardiac arrest? The sudden loss of the heart function. I've told you about heart function. What is the basic function of the heart? Pumping, constantly, regularly, non-stop, pumping, from right atrium to right ventricle. Then it goes to left atrium, and from there it moves to left ventricle, and then the blood pushes all over the body and the cycle continues. That is the basic function of the heart. So when that stops without warning, when that stops with no premonition, no warning, almost sudden, that function stops. Then that is cardiac arrest. The heart suddenly stops beating effectively. Now that is important. Maybe the heart is beating, but it's not effectively beating. It is often fatal, deadly, and therefore requires immediate resuscitation effort. When that happens, okay, the only thing that can make that person live again, the only person that will make the person survive is resuscitation effort, which I am going to talk about briefly next. So cardiac arrest, what to do? High quality cardiopulmonary resuscitation. We call it CPR for short. CPR must be performed. Okay? CPR must be performed. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation must be performed on that person. And then there is this lightweight computerized machine, AED, automated external defibrillator. If you have it, if it is available, it should also be used on this person. So CPR, so cardiopulmonary resuscitation, consists of two components: chest compressions and breath. So chest compressions and breath. Okay, when you do chest compression, you pump blood so that oxygen and other nutrients should be distributed. And when you give breath, okay, you are introducing oxygen, which is distributed through the blood. So CPR cycles. Okay, so chest compressions, you do it X number of times, and then breath, you give Y breath. So X compressions, Y breath. So this is the cycle. So you do XY, okay, you do it N times. Okay, so N is unknown, X is 30, Y is 2. So 30 chest compression followed by 2 breath for first aid. Okay, and you continue that cycle, 30 chest compressions, 2 breath, N number of times. So for BLS only, X becomes 15, Y is still 2. In what situation? 2 requires scenario for babies, infant, and children victims. So infant and child victims, and you are 2 people, 2 or more people, then you give 15 chest compression followed by 2 breath. So what that means that if the person is an adult, the chest compression is 30 and 2 breath, irrespective of the number of people doing the resuscitation attempt. Objective of an AED. Cardiac arrest is a deadly emergency which stops a heart from beating effectively, resulting in abnormal or irregular heart rhythm known as arrhythmias. Arrhythmias can cause a heart electrical impulses to happen too quickly. So when the heart is beating too quickly, we call it tachycardia. When it is beating too slowly, we call it bradycardia. And it can also be erratic, so erratically beaten. It has no regular pattern, it's not predictable, it's up and down here, there. So there is no particular pattern. So any of these, tachycardia, bradycardia, erratica, heartbeat, and of course there's also the one we call fibrillation. They all can cause cardiac arrest, and when that happens, you need AED. And AED increases the chance of survival from cardiac arrest because it can dictate and eliminate the abnormal irregular heart rhythm. It can also restore the normal or regular heart rhythm. So that's why you need AED. It can eliminate, it can eradicate the root cause. Okay, it can dictate it, eliminate it, and in the process restores the normal or regular heart rhythm. So you can combine CPR and AED to get the best results. So CPR and AED are combined to achieve the overall goal of resuscitation, even though each of them has different contributions, but the overall goal is to resuscitate the person. And if you combine both of them, you get better results. Remember that CPR is intended to manually pump, the heart and provides oxygen. That's what CPR does, and thereby distributing oxygen and nutrients to cells. However, AED dictates abnormal heart rhythm, gives electrical shock, which can eliminate the abnormal rhythm, thereby restoring normal heart rhythm. So, two of them do different things. Each of them does different things. So, but there's synergic effect. Okay, so when you combine two of them, you are getting the best, but each of them can actually play different roles. Okay, and you can see that CPR pumps blood, brings in oxygen, while AED detects abnormal heart rhythm, and then through the electrical shock that is delivered, it can eliminate the abnormal rhythm, and in the process restores the normal heart beat. So this is the summary of the AED. So the heart, this shows abnormal heart. So this is abnormal heart, and this is AED. So you bring in electrical shock. Okay, so AED is able to give electrical shock to the heart. So once the AED is connected to the heart or to the chest, okay, an electrical shock is delivered. So it moves it from abnormal region to normal region. So that is the restoration we're talking about. Okay, so the restoration of normal heart rhythm is achieved this way. So the electrical shock from an AED can eliminate abnormal heart rhythm and then restores normal heart rhythm. So I thank you so much for watching to this point. I believe you have really understood a lot, the reason why we must take proper care of our heart. So I have CPR and AED videos already done on this channel. Okay, please, if you have not watched them, I recommend that you do, because they are so rich. They have a lot to give you. So please watch those other videos if you have not. Also watch the part 2 of the basic life support. Okay, so basic support life. So that should be basic life support actually. So I have a video on basic life support. You can watch that video also. So thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you have not, and share and like the video. Thank you, and I'll see you again shortly please come back to this channel. Keep it close to you. Bye bye for now.